Good morning. Ish. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Great Day. I'll read Bib.
Good afternoon at 5 to 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, good morning. Nice. Yeah, you love to see it. Love to see it. I mean, we figured out a few months ago that 3 to 4-ish is like 10 a.m.-ish in New York. So good morning, happy 10 a.m.-ish to everyone in New York area. Nice. How are we all doing? Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, or the podcast services, or YouTube, or wherever you are watching or listening to this. As mentioned, my name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.
Largish.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes to 4 in the PM. Nice. 10 a.m. Not quite. Anyway, there is an ish, though. There's always a big ish. And that is because we work in the video games industry. So we bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories in the world of video games whenever we can. Some days it's close to 10. Some days it's close to 10 p.m. It just is what it is. But you guys know that. You all roll with it, and you all turn up regardless, and we appreciate that very, very much. So we're not just bringing you the biggest, the best, the breaking stories in the world of video games. We'll bring you our thoughts and impressions on those stories, and we want to hear your thoughts and impressions too. Plus, your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So if you're on the stream, please do feel free to get involved on behalf of the over 200,000 people that have watched and listened to this podcast on demand. We would appreciate your inputs. Please, like I said, do feel free to get involved, because we are live on Twitch, but the live stream is turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Play, and that's where all those people do watch and listen on demand. So please do feel free to get involved. Before we jump into things, in case you missed it on the weekend, Bibby started playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and we gave away a copy of the game too. Nice! Mm-hmm. Just Ice Cream Upload, just giving back to the community. As well as that, we also have some extra giveaways going on in the Discord, !Discord. We've just given away, or we will be giving away, 5 copies of a game, and I can't even remember what it's called. Something Creed, something. Don't know. It's not a AAA game, but we got free games to give away. So we thought, yeah, we'll take those free games and give them to people. Some people might want something different to play. So if you've got a PC and you fancy playing a game, there is one in the Discord. We also have some other codes to give away. We'll probably leave that a few days before we drop those in. So please do feel free to jump into the Discord. Make sure you can see the loot drop channel, because that is not only where we give away a prize to subscribers every month, but whenever we get additional codes, whenever we get some extra freebies, we throw them in there as well. So anyone that's part of our Discord, it's not always fastest finger first. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we just do a random, okay, we'll give you 24 hours. React to this post, and then we'll pick someone at random. I don't know. But yeah, the only way you can... Figment 2 Creed Valley, there we go, Tito. See that No One mod right in action. Pow!
Oh, it's finished now, Graham.
Yeah,
I finished at 3 p.m.
I mean, that was only a guideline, though, to be fair. Just so that people knew, because I didn't want people to be sat there waiting for it and going at 10 a.m. So where is it? It's like, I don't know. We just got some codes to give away. There's no, like, marketing purposes. We're not putting it on Twitter or anything. We're just going, if anyone wants one, we'll just give you a bit of time to get involved. So, yeah.
8 people requested to have one.
Nice. So yeah, if you're interested in Figment 2 Creed Valid, please do feel free to get involved. I can't remember what the other game is. Do you know? I could find out, but I have to open my Outlook up, which will probably kill the internet. You know what my internet's like. So yeah. #ad. Don't forget. Yeah, exactly. To be fair,
I can tell you what it is, because I'm actually interested in taking one of those codes off you, because it is a Twitch game.
Yeah, you did mention that.
King of the Castle.
King of the Castle. King of the Castle. And you can play it with Twitch chat or something. You were saying.
Yeah. So I could run it on my PC, and then I think it's like similar to a lot of the Twitch games, like Marbles. It picks your Twitch chat, or you can play it on your mobile. One of those two things, anyway. Twitch chat can get involved. I don't know if it was made specifically for being played on Twitch or whatever, but it looks good. It's definitely my kind of game in terms of it's based in medieval times.
Interesting. So we've got Figment 2 Creed Valley that we're giving away in the Discord. We'll do that after the stream. And then we have some codes for King of the Castle, which we'll give away later on in the week. So make sure you're in the Discord to get involved. Speaking of getting involved, let's jump back up. I did see Tito dropping the ! Time because JMK was late. I mean, it's not like he's had 27 million years notice for this 10 a.m. stream to start, but he was still late. God, and welcome in. JMK, welcome in, Tito. Welcome in Barton Wilson, the mother-in-law's here. Everyone behave. Everyone behave. Settle down. Nice. Lake's in, and he says, and I believe this is how you pronounce it in Finnish, more jester palaver. It doesn't say palaver, but it looks like palaver, so I'm going with that. So then JMK responded with something, and Tito responded with something, and I responded with something, and Lotus just wrote, what's happening? So I wrote exclamation mark English. This is an English on the stream, please. God damn it, Lake. God damn. That means good Lake after the afternoon. Yeah, exactly. My education failed to manage to teach me English or French properly. Yeah, same. I have no hope with Finnish. Good morning. When it is 4 hours to sleepy time. 4 hours till bedtime. Although, to be fair, you are 2 hours ahead. And are you 3 hours now? Does Europe go ahead with... Oh, no, because we'll be springing forward. So are you still 2 hours ahead of us now? Is it 6 o'clock in the evening for you? Are you going to bed at 10? Is that what we're saying? Or is it more? I don't know. Maybe you should finish with it. Goodbye. Says Lotus. Nice. Cookies, welcome in. XOXO, folks. Hope all are well and mentally healthy, except for Putin. Suck it, USSR. P-Ed says, ice cream. Welcome in. To you, but not your teammates, you absolute bunch of sweat lot. No, I'm joking. We were playing games on Saturday, and some team came up and like wanted to get full on sweaty. And Lotus was like, that's P-Ed's team, is that? So naturally, we took it very personally. Not for the rest of them, just for P-Ed. It was definitely P-Ed's fault. God damn it. I think we killed them all, though, so it's okay. Nice. I mean, there's only one of us left who then finished themselves or whatever, but it's fine. It's whatever. 8 people, 5 keys. I have a good chance. So I'll fail, Kappa, says Spike. Probably.
Winners are beans, 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 beans.
And not beans.
There's beans in an alt account.
Hashtag Bibby game. Yeah, that King of the Castle definitely is a Bibby game. How dare you say that about my mom? 18:01. Yes, so 2 hours ahead. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to say you're going to bed pretty soon, but no, 10 p.m. is a good time. Plus, you get up at silly o'clock in the morning as well, so we'll let you off, Lake. All right. Nice. Anyway, welcome in. Let's jump into the split screen. So we have a few stories to cover for you guys today, starting with the fact that Game Pass is not only ridiculously inferior when compared to PS Plus, now extra additional plus evolutionary. I don't know what the fuck it is. Do you know what? Game Pass is better than PS Plus, but it's getting more expensive-ish. How did you phrase it in the click bib, the title for Twitter?
The click bib. Microsoft want you to pay more for Game Pass.
Ooh, they want you to pay more. Well, kind of, as Microsoft has discontinued Game Pass introductories. Game Pass's introductory $1 price point. That is the story that we're kicking off with. We'll then stick with Microsoft and we'll jump over to Redfall Studio. So obviously Redfall, new game coming from Bethesda, I think it is. It says Redfall Studio looking into reversing always online requirement for single player. Then Fortnite Creative 2.0 is blowing minds. Also, 150.7 million of us have clocked up 16.3 billion hours in PUBG so far. And I think 16 of those billion hours are between just those guys in the chat. Let's go. Nice.
I was about to say, like, did you must have had 98% of that, surely. Nobody else does dailies like you do.
No comment. And then we'll finish up with Dark and Darker being pulled from Steam due to a cease and desist from Nexon. Interesting. So, Bib.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark Gamep ass in the chat from Tito. That's Game Pass. If you listen to this on demand, then you can't figure out what I've just done with the word. It's not really Gamep ass, is it? Okay, you get the idea. Anyway, did you pay $1 to get Game Pass?
I don't think I did. I think I paid full whack straight from the start because I don't know whether or not. Yeah, I don't know whether or not that was a valid thing at the time when I was trying out Game Pass, and I've been a subscriber ever since. So I've never had the opportunity to get the free months for £1.
I mean, I'm not going to read Spike's comment in the chat, but I'm going to assume he's saying even at £1, it's an absolute rip. I think that's what he's just put. So let's jump into the article on that. He didn't say that, by the way. Posted by Shubhankar at Parijat at Gaming Bolt. It says Microsoft has discontinued Game Pass's introductory $1 price point. New subscribers could sign on for a subscription at a one-time introductory price of $1, though that will no longer be an option going forward. Pretty much since the day it was introduced, Game Pass has been one of the best and most valuable deals in gaming, and it's no surprise that Microsoft has made it a central part of its Xbox strategy. And while its impressive catalogue of games and day one releases will likely, undoubtedly continue to be hugely attractive, its newest pricing changes are unlikely to go down well with potential subscribers. Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass, and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, the service's higher tier, which bundles together both Xbox and PC Game Pass along with EA Play Live, have long been allowing new subscribers to subscribe for a one-time introductory price of just $1, with subsequent moths? Exclamation mark, moth. The worst thing is, it wasn't a muff, and it wasn't a moth, it was a muff. With subsequent months... Exclamation mark, moth. No one? Anyone? 3, 2... Nice, we'll move ahead. With subsequent months... Oh, there we go. With subsequent months reverting to the service's regular pricing model. Going forward, however, that introductory price, thank you for that, Tito, that introductory price will no longer be available, and regardless of whether you're a new subscriber or not, I got you. You'll be required to pay the monthly price of either $9.99 for Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, or $14.99 for Ultimate. Quote, we have stopped our previous introductory offer for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass and are evaluating different marketing promotions for new members in the future, said Xbox's head of global comms, Kari Perez, to The Verge. Exactly what these new marketing promotions will end up being remains to be seen, though given how pivotal the service is to Microsoft's gaming strategy, one would assume that the company will want to introduce new offers in the near future. Game Pass's pricing and potential changes have been a price point of contention for some of late, especially in the context of Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, though the company has assured that should the acquisition go through, it will not result in prices for the service being increased. Ooh. So they're not going to be increasing the price for the service, but if they get Call of Duty, there is no way that you can just jump on, play Call of Duty for 1 month for £1, and then jump off. Is that a coinkydink? Game Pass $1/£1 introductory price point has been removed. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, that what you just said there is probably what they're looking for. Well, you would probably expect this to be the kind of thing that gets announced after they've actually acquired the Activision and Blizzard. However, they've not. They've done this a bit prematurely, but that is the sole reason. Let's be honest. I mean, they want people to be able to go on and play everything that's available to them for a price, which I think is still an exceptional price. The amount of value that you're getting out of your subscription to Xbox Game Pass is second to none. Like, there is nothing in the subscription space that even comes close to what Game Pass is offering. But I mean, they've had this deal now for maybe 2 years, maybe even longer than that. So I imagine the people, they've reached critical mass at this point. I can't imagine that a lot of people are doing what they used to do with Netflix accounts and just create burner ones with brand new email addresses to be able to get it for free, because you wouldn't be able to move your progress over. I mean, it'll take you 3 months to be able to play through the games that are on there. It'll take you way longer than that if you're someone like me. But yeah, you won't be able to move your progress over. So unless someone was happy to just disband that gamer tag every single time that they made a new account, then that's happy. But most of us gamers like to keep everything in one place, whether or not that's through achievements or trophies or gamer score or whatever the fuck that we want to be able to try and achieve. A lot of us want to keep that in one place. So I don't think there was many people that was making burner accounts and that, unless they genuinely just wanted to play new games as and when they came out. But I reckon the percentage of those people was quite small. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they're getting rid of them. It doesn't surprise me that obviously they want to try and maximize as much money as possible, considering that they're going to be spending over $6 billion in acquiring new services. So yeah, every pound counts.
Just to jump back to Spike's comment before I started reading that, he says, I mean, the £1 price point was ridiculously good, and the full price is super fair. To which then he does actually jump back and say, actually, £10 a moth is actually overpriced. I mean, I agree with that one. I mean, especially when you get a bunch of moths at once. God damn, 50 quid out of pocket here. God. Initially, they added a ridiculously long period on top if you already had a sub. So I don't think I got £1, but I did get a load of free months. Like, they had a thing where when it initially started, if you had, say you'd stacked up 48 months of Game Pass, not Game Pass, Xbox Live, you could convert your Xbox Live into Game Pass for the price of £1. You get your £1 Game Pass subscription, and then it converts your 48 months stored backlog into 48 months of Game Pass. Which I know tons of people took advantage of that. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Should I ever get an Xbox? But I got an Xbox for Christmas. Danielle brought me Game Pass with it and everything. So that kind of, I didn't need to do that. But there was some really, really good offers in there. And I think that was a smart move for Xbox in terms of it has done more than PS Plus Essential Extra Supremium, whatever it's called. I take the piss because I know something's called Essential and I know something's called Extra, and I think it might be Premium, but I don't know which order they go in. But
that order that you just mentioned there.
So is that Essential, Extra, and Premium? Is that it then? Yeah. ABC. Okay. So yeah, like I'm a PlayStation user primarily, and I don't even know that because Xbox Game Pass is just a better. I mean, their Game Pass is a better named service. Their console, not so much. Xbox Series X1, X1, box. So Xbox
convention has always been fucking ass. Like, surely someone's in the marketing department should have gone, we need to sort this out across the board because this is a joke. Xbox 360, don't know why they went with that. Then Xbox One, what the fuck are they playing at? And then Xbox Series X and S. Like, there's just no PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. There's no chronological order. It never made sense. But
they went for the 360 because of the fear of being behind, apparently. So the PlayStation came out, and then the Xbox came out alongside the PS2. And then the Xbox 2 would have come out alongside the PS3. So it sounds like the PlayStation's newer, and they were worried that mums and dads would be like, wow, there's only an Xbox 2, but there's a PS3, so we'll get rid of that and we'll call it a 360. And that was apparently, I don't know if that's true, I don't know if that's one of those urban legends, but a number of people have mentioned it in the chat over the years, and I'd heard it myself a bajillion years ago as well. But that's what I got told was the reasoning for them going to 360 rather than Xbox 2. It was like, oh, okay, we don't want to be a console generation behind. It's like, yeah, horses for courses. It's not a PlayStation. It's a different one.
Yeah. But if I was to do a 360 in my chair now, Graham, I'd still be in the exact same place that I was before the rotation.
So
it makes no fucking sense.
Like, just give it a like call it the Xbox Firebolt or something like that. Not like the Xbox spin around and come back to exactly where you were again. Nice.
I might as well have not done the spin in the first place. I have gained nothing from doing the spin.
The thing is, though, is and guilty as well. Like the thing when you've got a console called the 360, you start thinking about what the next generation's gonna be. And I wasn't the only one that thought, oh, it might be the 720.
Yeah, everybody did. Everybody thought it was good. I thought they were just going to keep on going up from there.
They probably would have done that, to be fair, until they realised actually it's got 1080 playing capabilities. So people might think it's only restricted to just HD, not full HD. So 720p, not 1080p. So no, we can't call it that anymore. We'll have to call it the one. Oh no, that was nice. Anyway, yeah, I think I stacked up a load of Xbox Live to get 3 years. I think it was something exactly absolute bargains, and it was a wonderful thing because I was talking about stupid naming conventions. Stupid naming conventions aside, they didn't have considered they didn't have that issue when it came to Game Pass because Game Pass is such a simplistic name. And then you go, you've got Game Pass, yeah, it's all Game Pass, nice, okay. And then there's an Ultimate one. Oh, you've got a PC version as well. That's pretty self-explanatory. Whereas PlayStation sat there going, stroking their consoles. This is my phone, but pretend it's console. Stroking, look at this, my PS1, which has evolved into a PS2, and then a PS3 and a PS4, and now a PS5. Easiest naming What's Xbox doing over there? Look at all those stupid names that they're using. Maybe we should have a bit of that. Oh, yes. PlayStation Extra Now plus Supremium plus.
Supremium.
Yeah. So, I mean, literally, only Nintendo have usurped both Microsoft and PlayStation with that by having Pokemon Go on your phone. Great. And then you can buy the little teardrop-shaped Pokemon wristband called the Pokemon Go Plus. And this year, they are releasing an updated version of the Pokemon Go Plus. What is it called? The Pokemon Go Plus 2? No, it's called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus.
I was waiting to see where that went.
Genuinely.
That is dumb as fuck.
It's the Plus. Any guesses what the next one's going to be called? Nope.
Seriously, like there must be better marketers in that department. Sure, who is it that's making the decisions? Because they can't be thinking. I mean, they're doing very well because they're just getting roasted and staying within the conversation. But it just doesn't seem logical in any way, shape, or form. I just can't get my head around it.
Someone is sat there, and the head of that department or the decision-making progress is a numbers person. And someone's gone, okay, what do we call the next thing? So the last one was called the Pokemon Go Plus. What about we call this the Pokemon Go wrist, band, extra, whatever, fucking Firebolt again. It's like, okay, well, these are all cool names. They're emotive. I like that. Anybody got anything else? And then some other person's just flicked up a big wodge of paper, because obviously laptops and stuff don't exist, and this is, figuratively for a meeting. Wodge of paper and gone, well, when we called it the Pokemon Go Plus, we increased sales by 20%. So then they've sat there and gone, oh, add a plus on the end. And sales go up by 20%. Let's just add another plus on the end. And then this guy who's sat there going, what about Firebolt, though? He's thinking, you realise this is also... it goes back to that old school meme. They just lob him out of the top floor window. What about plus? What about something cool like Firebolt? Get out of the fuck out. Yeah. Exactly. So anyway... They brought in a really good offer, despite all the stupid naming conventions, allowing people to convert all of their long-term subscriptions into a $1 price point is wonderful, because that brings you in, and if you're like Tito, you've already spent a shed load of money on 3 years' worth of Xbox Live. You've already paid into that system. They're already committing... you as a user for the next 3 years. They know they're not going to get you to pay for something else, and because you've already got it, we can remove a headache by converting Xbox Live users, which is something we'll want to phase out, and they actually tried to phase out. They tried to pretty much cancel it completely, didn't they? Did they put the pricing up or something to make people stop using it, and then people got a backlash and they had to change it back down again and so on. But by converting people, you were effectively getting rid of Xbox Live, which means you've got less SKUs from a digital sense that you've got to work with, and you've got more people on board with Game Pass. And it was wonderful, and it worked. But that introductory price point is a little bit of a moot point, because once you've used it, you can't use it again, I believe. I have heard contrasting stories saying that if you cancel your subscription and leave and come back again, you can do it again. I'm not sure if that is the case or not, but either way, get rid of that and bring out some fresher... Oh, by the way, sign up now for a year, or do what PlayStation does very, very well. And PlayStation, on Prime Day and on Black Friday and those kind of days, your PS Plus subscription is 40 to 50 quid, whatever it costs. Get it on those days, and it used to be 50% off. Now, the PlayStation, you know what they're like, for the payers, it's now 30% off. But Xbox can do that sort of thing as well. Rather than giving you a £1 introductory offer for a month, they'll now sell you a full year, because you know what it is. You've dabbled with it. Everyone else knows what it is now. PlayStation isn't bothered about selling you 1 month of PS Plus. PlayStation wants to sell you a full year. And that's what Game Pass will do now. Okay, you know what it is. You've had your taste. We'll sell you a full year, which for most people will be a better way, rather than just getting a quid and happy and then having another problem to consider 4 weeks later and probably paying full price. Get your full year on Prime Day or whatever. Bosh, job's done.
Bosh.
Hi, my name is Spike. This is my son Spike. My uncle Spike Jr. and Spike Senior. Spike Senior and my grandchild Spike 360. Exactly. Jokes on you. Next one is Xbox headshot. Put the 360 and the headshot together and the uber elite console. God damn! And then the one after that is no scopes. Xbox 360 no scope headshot. Let's go. So effectively, the first 3 Xbox consoles are 1, 1, and the 1. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So the first one, and then a revolution, which takes you back to where you were, which was the first one, and then the next one was the 1, but in letters rather than number. Yeah, correct. Whoa, this blew my mind. It didn't cost me that much. I bought a load of cheat codes off CD keys. Other sites are available. # not a spawn. Touche. So yes, if you're interested,
did you buy stackable ones, Tito? Oh, do you just renew it every single month? That's what. In fact, don't answer that. You're not buying stuff off CD keys, are you?
No, none of those are. All the CD keys, I believe, is okay. Like, I don't know enough. The reason we're not partnered with a code affiliate site is there is a lot of dubious histories. Not necessarily dubious activity right now, but I don't care enough to spend my time to research that right now. But I know G2A has a very checkered past. And when I say checkered past, I mean they had a lot of illegal stuff going on. I wouldn't touch G2A, they are dodgy. And that's the thing. Like, as far as I'm aware, and I could be wrong, G2A have changed their ways, but I've only heard that from people that are trying to push G2A, either people from G2A or people that are affiliates with G2A. So obviously I'm going to take that with a pinch until I find out a proper, what's the word I'm looking for? Independent reasoning or shout out for G2A. Until that point, I'll take it with a pinch. But I know that other sites like CD Keys and stuff apparently are better, but I don't. Like I say, I don't know enough. I always use CD Keys. I haven't had any issues, but I know Kinguin and G2A had major call-outs. Kinguin, yeah, that was another one that had tons of stuff. And Kinguin were like full on into esports as well, so they had like shitloads of like Team Kinguin CS:GO and stuff like that, whilst also ripping off CS:GO. Yay. I think CD keys are considered more legit. I thought that was the case, but I don't actually know. GT2 and Kinguin... GT2? I don't know that one. And Kinguin are known to have purchased codes on stolen credit cards, I believe. And even if it's not that they buy them, it's they're allowing people to sell them without any form of verification. So you steal a credit card, you buy a shitload of keys at 50 quid each, because you can't stick your credit card in a cash machine and take the full 10 grand allowance out, but you can buy 10 grand's worth of dodgy keys. Then you sell those keys for the 50 quid keys for 30 quid. People are going, 50 quid game for 30 quid on launch day? Yes, please. Smash! You're taking 30 quid for every 50, so you're not coming out with your full 10 grand's worth as a thief, but you are coming out with 6 to 8 grand, depending on how much you sell the keys for. Mm-hmm. You disappear off into the sunset. G2A have got 6 to 8 grand's worth of business, and then the developer goes to get the money. G2A, the keys get cancelled. The customer issues a refund. G2A takes the money, and long story short, developers get shit on, basically, because credit card companies are going, I'm not paying that. It's dodge. Customers refunded it because the game stopped working and so on. And either the customers get shitted on by the devs, or the devs get shitted on by G2A. G2A still keep their money, though. Easy dubs. But G2A, okay, yeah. But I don't know if that's been fixed. Is the issue? That's a whole long story. So, yeah, my recommendation is there's no date in this. So if it's not finished yet and you are interested and you do have like an old school live membership, get it converted with that quid. Nice, job's good one. Even if you're not going to use it, even if you think it might be another 12 months before you get back on an Xbox or something, for the sake of a quid. Or did it end last night? Oh, there you go. Maybe don't do it then. Maybe it's a waste of time. Nice. But I wouldn't be surprised. Prime Day will be in a couple of months. It's usually June-ish. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see Xbox offering some sort of 12-month discounts for Prime Days, especially if their main marketing deal, especially for new user acquisition, has finished. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see that sort of stuff. Anyway, sticking with Xbox, we'll jump into our next article. If I could just figure out how to douche. There we go. And douche. This is written by Stephany Nunneley-Jackson at... Is it VG247? It is VG247. Nice. Redfall Studio looking into reversing always online requirement for single player. So the requirement wasn't added for insidious purposes, apparently. Arcane is working to eliminate the always online requirement to play Redfall in single player. Speaking with Eurogamer, game director Harvey Smith said the team is working to make offline single player a possibility. The studio is considering removing the requirement due to backlash from the community. Quote, there are people who live in places where there are outages, or their broadband is shitty, or they're competing with family members because their mum's streaming a movie, or their brother's on another device. And so I think it is a legitimate critique, said Smith. Quote, we listen, and we've already started work to address this in the future. We have to do some things like encrypting your game saves and do a bunch of UI work to support it. And so we are looking into, I'm not supposed to promise anything, but we're looking into and working actively toward fixing that in the future. End quote. Smith goes on to say the reason Arcane developed the game to be always online was due to allowing the team to do accessibility stuff. Quote, it allows us for telemetry, like if everybody's falling off ladders and dying, holy shit, that shows up. And so we can go and tweak the ladder code. There are reasons we set out to do that are not insidious, Smith added. In Redfall, you will choose from one of 4 survivors who must save that, you know what, we don't care about the functions of the game. We've spoken about that previously. But if you want to play it on your own, offline, single player, you need to be online all the time. Ish. They might be changing that now. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while, and this isn't fresh off the press news. Like, this is still something that concerns a lot of people. Like, a lot of people might not want their console being attached to the internet all the time. They might be working away and they take their console with them to hotel rooms or to the digs for the week and stuff like that. They don't have access to the internet. They're still buying consoles that have a disc drive for that reason. It's the same reason why I buy a disc-based console for my PlayStation 5 for that reason, essentially. If I have to go in somewhere for a couple of days, I can take my PlayStation with me, get through my backlog, jobs are good. But yeah, single-player games, they shouldn't always require an up-to-date internet connection. Like, I understand if you're going to be playing in a co-op situation, stuff like that. Absolutely understand that. But for a single player experience, you should still have the opportunity or the ability to be able to play these offline. There isn't a reason out there that someone's convinced me otherwise that they should always have an internet connection to be able to play single player games. It offers nothing unless, I mean, even then, in Dark Souls, yeah, Elden Ring, when you're playing the single player element of that, can't you see where your friends have died within the map? That's pretty cool. But if I'm not connected to the internet, I won't see it. It's not going to hinder or make my experience any better. I'm still going to be able to play this game the exact same way. I just won't be able to laugh at my mate dying at probably the easiest boss within the game. Not saying that there is an easy boss within that game, by the way. But yeah, it offers nothing else to the experience, as far as I'm aware now, to convince me otherwise, that we shouldn't have single-player offline elements with single-player games. I mean, the clue's in the name. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't require that unless it's something that has functions within it. But for this particular game, I doubt that's going to have any repercussions for just being able to play this offline.
Yeah. See, I agree. I don't believe, like, the reasoning that they've put out there. I believe the reasoning that they've put out there is useful. So in the article, I'm trying to find the name, Harvey Smith, game director for Redfall, said the reasoning that they have always online there is to provide basically on-the-fly improvements. So if I'm playing a game and I yeet myself off a cliff because there's supposed to be a little bit that my guy auto-grabs hold of and slides down, be it an ascender or a ladder or whatever, and I just go, yeet, because the game's not picking up the anchor, the bit that attaches my dude to the ascender, descender, ladder jobby thing. Okay, well, if lots of people are dying at this point because your game's already on, it will be sending a 1 and a 0, not necessarily tons of data, just enough to let them know death, death, death. And then they'll suddenly see that over the timeline of a game, shitloads of people are dying at this bit, and it's not even meant to be a death bit, so they can fix it. And that's great. That is great stuff. But to make large areas, and this article mentions the stuff that I was going to mention. What if you live in Latin America and you don't have reliable internet, or Salford in my case, and don't have reliable internet? Nice one, Sky. Then stopping me from playing the game entirely is not going to make up for the fact that you need information about me throwing myself off a ladder. You should be able to take that stuff. Yeah, fair dues. But it shouldn't need to be a make or break stuff. Okay, well, I don't know if you're getting the best enjoyment out of this experience, so I'm stopping you from playing it. You do realise stopping me from playing it is less enjoyable than falling off a ladder once or twice. You do realise that, right? Right? Why does it have to be a make or break situation? If I'm always online, great, job's a good one. Take that data. If I'm not, fine. Do not stop people from playing at that point. And the weirdest thing is that this conversation is happening from a brand that is owned by Xbox, which lost a generation on this messaging. How have they got this far before someone's gone, actually, that's a bullshit idea? And they've gone, oh yeah, okay, well, we can look at fixing that. And it's like, well, why have you got so far building it in? Have you just thought, fuck it, people have forgotten the stuff and we always want to be online now? Yeah, we do always want to be online, but people can't be. Having stuff built in for the sake of a little bit extra data gathering is not a strong enough reason. So like Baby says, no one has showed me a reason why a single-player game should always be online that is strong enough to stop people from playing a single-player game. Nothing in there warrants that for me. Yeah. End of. To be fair, the amount of games that require always online, even in single-player, it's not just central to Redfall. Correct! Are you saying that's right, though? Has Redfall made another wrong, therefore it's right? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not what it says to me. It sounds like that they've fucked up. They've done fucked up. This is a major release, one of Xbox's first-party releases from the brand that has had the single biggest faux pas with always online. So there are other games out there that do it, but Redfall being a tentpole release from Xbox should know better, genuinely should, and there's no bias here whatsoever. They genuinely should be doing better than that, 100%, because there's so much ethnocentrism in it. Like the fact that, I mean, I mentioned Latin America there, but the way it references it in the article, there are people out there that have outages. So that could be geopolitical sort of stuff. You could be in a fucking war zone, maybe. Or they're broadband shitty. Yes, I know that one. Or they're competing with family members. Maybe they just live in a different economic situation where there's multiple people in their house and stuff. So you're not only, it's geopolitical, economic sort of stuff that lead into it too. So yeah, it is. I mean, they do recognize that it is a legitimate critique. So we'll give them that. We'll definitely give them that. They are fixing it, which is a big GG. They recognize it's a legitimate critique. But how did you get so far? You know it's stupid. Why did it, like, literally, you've listed 5 reasons why it is stupid. How did you get that far before somebody even mentioned one? Or did they mention it and you just didn't think it would be that important? Because, yeah, everyone plays online these days. Yeah, you in your house, maybe, but not in every house. So it is...
I imagine the amount of people who play online, it definitely outweighs the people who predominantly play offline. Obviously, when I was mentioning it before, I was catering to the people who might go traveling or whatever it is, or people that live in mobile homes, caravan parks, whatever it is, that don't have access to a stable internet connection for long periods of time. So I can understand why the
people that live in stables won't have a stable internet connection.
People, like you say, people who live in Salford don't necessarily always have the best.
Might as well live in a stable with this internet.
Might as well live in a stable at this point. But I mean, we still aren't there yet. I mean, Xbox 10 years ago was having the online, always online argument, and they very quickly backtracked on that one, which was a good decision at the time, and I still think it's a good decision now. There's no way that we should still have to always be online to play video games. That's why the digital handshake happens. That's why you're able to have the licensing for. I don't know if they've reduced the time, but I think it used to be 30 days when you activated it, and then you'd have to log in like another within 30 days again to be able to extend that license for you to be able to play offline. I don't know if that's still the case, whether that's still a thing. But yeah, it's the digital age that we're living in now. A lot of people can just tether the phones to their consoles and be able to have a decent enough experience. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Do I think it'll still be within the 2020s? I still don't think so. I still think there's a lot of work to be done within the internet structure, especially in the UK. It's still fucking awful in most places.
There's large parts of the UK that still struggle to get digital TV, not like that moving over from analog TV. And when I say large, it's not probably the majority, but it's still larger than you'd expect. Every time I look at the stats, I think, or see the stats, not that I go looking for them. It's brought to me on a TV news article or something, and I think, fuck me, there's still big sections of the country that are still on fucking dial-up effectively. You're like, God damn. So yeah, it's very much privilege. That's what it is. Okay, we as devs have gigabit up and down connections. Our whole city, they're probably based in fucking like the Santa Monicas and the Vancouvers and whatever. So we've got shitloads of connectivity. Let's go, baby. But fucking go right to the coasts in a lot of countries. Not necessarily your built-up coasts where everyone goes for holidays, but then 2 miles down the coast where nobody ever goes there. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they won't have anything there. And then obviously massive differences from a country to country basis too. So yeah, it is good though that they are fixing it in that sort of sense, because I mean, like Tito says, there were a lot of issues with Xbox Live 6 to 12 months ago, and a whole raft of games were unplayable because of those issues, even though they were offline. They committed to removing the DRM checks after the backlash. So this is not only the first time that Xbox have had at least a couple of different DRM issues, and still an Xbox first party title that they actively stopped from being on PlayStation, if you missed the scoop last week, has decided to follow the exact same route, which is stupid. But single-player games needing an internet connection, I really don't get. I don't know. Fair enough. If you need an update to fix stuff, or you need an update to add DLC or whatever, stabilities, security, any of that stuff, fair dues. But if I'm offline and I can stick the disc in the olden days, and I'm talking 10 years ago, you would stick the disc in and it would go like, oh, you've got console framework 3.0, you need 3.7, which is installed on the disc. We'll rip that off the disc and you can play it. So even if you don't have an internet connection, fill your boots. So yeah, you're playing without your day one updates and your patches and so on, but goddamn, yeah, there's no excuse to need you to always be on. I will give you the day one update stuff to make sure everything's working. A lot of games even say it. You'll need to download an update on day one before you can play this game. So if you don't have an internet connection, be warned.
Yeah, that's the norm.
Yeah, it's still a pinch for some people, but I get it. I understand, because if you really want to play it, not that this is the universal solution, because it still wouldn't be a solution for a lot of people. But like you say, hotspot to your phone, fix, job's good and bosh, turn your phone off, crack on and play. But then you're needing to always be on after that. Nah, Jack, thank you for the raid. What have you been playing? Have you been playing some Resi? I saw you chatting to Bibby about it on the weekend. How you diddling?
I think there's quite a few of us that are in the same boat, that we're having to stop doing everything else. Like, I couldn't continue playing Resident Evil last night, even if I wanted to, because it's just streaming it. Like, I need to stream it to play it the first time. After that, after I've completed it on stream, I'll play it to my heart's content. However, I can't play it without streaming, and it's really upsetting.
Yeah, I've been playing more Resident Evil, loving it so far. Well, Bibby's going to be streaming 16 hours from 9 o'clock tonight. Tune in. Let's go, Bibby.
I did Google how long it is to beat that game, by the way. I know the original was like between 12 and 15 hours-ish. But by now, with the 2 streams that I did yesterday, I would have completed 2 and 3 remake already. But we're still like 7 or 8 hours away from completing the remake version. So that's what, about another 15 streams worth of content.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, Bib's at the bottom. Want to play it, but also want to stream it. So yeah, no, I get that. I try to not stream through story mode games, play through story mode games on stream if I've not played through them before, because I want to know what's coming. Although I have done that a few times with things like Mafia and so on, but yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially when you want to keep playing it as well. Okay, jump back up. Let me catch up. Other than pubs, I only play all 8 and 16-bit games. Nice. Nice. Is that Bibby's alt account? I didn't realize Cookies and Bibby was the same person. Ownership part of Xbox Game Pass is when some games can't be played with Steam users. Other than that, Game Pass is amazing value. Put the disc in now, you have to download the game. Yeah, exactly. The disc is just a hyperlink. That's all it is these days. Lumia, let's give a big shout out to Jack. Why is Lumia doing shout outs? What the fuck? Lumia's getting involved with shout outs. What the fuck is that about? Lumia, who told you to do that? Okay, we'll have to look at that. I know there was a Lumia update, but we didn't want you doing that because we've already got that shit covered. Get out of here. Oh my fucking god, Zelda gameplay tomorrow announced. Links in the Discord ads. Drop it in the scoop section. Let's go, baby. Okay, for now, let's jump ahead. We'll pause on this article. So Redfall devs are looking at nerfing the need for always online. I mean, kind of says itself. A single player game doesn't need and shouldn't need to be online, and they're going to fix that. Despite it being built in already, they're going to look at backpedaling on that, which is nice. Bruh, where is my shout out for being an absolute rapping ledge? It was on your sub. Do you know what? You had too many words, so that we didn't even get the best wishes Salford on the end of it because you had too many, it overran. So when you can rap within a defined time limit, then you'll get your shout out. How have the stream been? Any real good news to know? Well, we're only 2-ish stories in. So we started talking about Microsoft basically is ripping people off with Game Pass. I think we all agreed that was the gist of the story. No, it wasn't. Game Pass had that £1, $1 introductory price point. Get a month of Game Pass for $1 or for £1. They've pulled that offer now, and Redfall, which is a Bethesda studio, which is obviously owned by Microsoft, are looking at reversing the requirement to be always online for all the single player elements of that game, which is a great move. GG's. You get 2 shout outs. Oh no, I'm banned. No. Sorry, Tito. I will never speak bad about Gamep ass again. For now, though, let's jump into this article. Rory Young at Game Rant. This is one that we shelved from last week because we wanted a little bit more time to talk about it. We were like 20 minutes over at this point last week, so it wasn't really enough. We don't want to spend too much time on it, but we at least want that to have a little chance to follow the discussion if it is going anywhere. So, Fortnite Creative 2.0 is blowing minds. A series of demos for Fortnite Creative 2.0 impress, teasing possible game modes and encouraging players to try out new ideas. Just in case you haven't watched it, I didn't watch it all, but there was a State of Unreal from GDC last week. And if you don't know what State of Unreal is, imagine your State of Play or your Xbox Showcase, but with Unreal Engine. Ta-da! State of Unreal. And that includes anything from... was it Lords of the Fallen? Is that what it's called? Lords of the Fallen, right through to Fortnite and everything else in between. And obviously Unreal Engine 5 is incredible. So if you're interested in tech and seeing where video games can go and what devs might be working on in the video games that you might be playing over the next 5 years, it's a really good watch. But that is where this article comes from. So Epic Games has shared videos of multiple Fortnite Creative 2.0 demos showcasing the potential of the custom map-making sandbox. Custom game modes have long been a staple in Fortnite, but few players would disagree that Creative Mode has some significant limitations. Fortnite Creative 2.0 is looking to offer creators new opportunities to make game modes that Fortnite wasn't able to support prior. Exactly what can be made with Fortnite Creative 2.0 is up to players to discover. Fortnite Creative was first launched in 2018, a sandbox metagame allowing players to customize islands to create unique game modes for other Fortnite players to try. In the years since, Fortnite players have created a number of popular custom game modes like prop hunt, death runs, kart racing, and more. Epic Games frequently encourages Fortnite players to try creative modes too by rewarding experience or cosmetics. It often highlights specific high-quality game modes. The next chapter for Fortnite Creative has now arrived. It's officially named Unreal Editor, though it's more commonly referred to as Fortnite Creative 2.0. It's a free application that can be downloaded on the Epic Games Store and features dramatically improved tools, allowing Fortnite fans to create custom game modes using UE5. To build up excitement for Fortnite Creative 2.0, as well as offer a sample of what's capable, a number of demo videos have been released, which I imagine is these in the embedded article. Videos that have been released for Fortnite Creative 2.0 include a gritty battle against a giant robot in an industrial factory, replete with in-engine cinematics, a first-person roller coaster, a recreation of the original Fortnite map, and more. Let's go back to the first Fortnite map. Fuck yeah. Perhaps the most important video is a trailer for a game mode named The Space Inside. This is an adventure mode that mixes escape room gameplay with first-person adventure, and it's one of the most exciting offerings for Fortnite Creative's 2.0 launch. Epic Games isn't content to sit back and hope creators make incredible new game modes on their own, as it did with the first Fortnite Creative mode, though. It's also launching a creator economy 2.0. Epic will be paying cash out directly to creators, and no creator codes are required. Payments will go out based on a mode's popularity and player retention. Among the possible ways to encourage custom map creation, paying creators is a good option. We'll stop there for a second. This is actually pretty cool. This is pretty cool because we've seen it in Minecraft, we've seen it in Roblox. So Battle Royale started in Minecraft, really. I mean, obviously, it was evolved through the likes of Armors and DayZs and so on, but the Hunger Games sort of game modes that people were doing in Minecraft, I believe, were the first sort of instances of BR. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, if Armor did actually come first. But creative environments led to this, to the whole BR landscape. Creative environments have led to people making games that look as good as Battlefield and Call of Duty in Roblox. We've seen the Roblox engine, like, giving independent developers the tools to make games that are as good as EA funded projects. And if Epic are allowing people to use Unreal and do what Roblox does, but without that level of... I mean, Roblox has been criticised quite a few times by being exploitative. Hey, 12-year-old children, come and make games in our games that we will then sell for millions of pounds and give you nothing from. They were called digital sweatshops. Epic sounds like they're getting around that by actively rewarding people for this. So kids that might be interested in game development, people that just want better experiences, could be the next Brendan Green. That's player unknown, just in case you didn't know that. Could play through creative modes unlocked through UE5 and not only build brand new gaming experiences a la Battle Royale, or they could lead to brand new gaming careers. Exciting. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah, extremely exciting. I've seen a lot of people that are starting to create like mini horror games. I saw one earlier this morning.
PT?
Someone's created like a not quite, but they've made like within Fortnite, for instance, they've made like a horror game, like a mini game kind of thing. And the opportunities are endless with this kind of technology, and it's amazing. See, like you said, the Roblox example where someone had made like a Call of Duty-esque type shooter within there, and you never would have thought it was Roblox. Like there was no blockiness about it. It just looked amazing. So you give people the right tools. There was literally a game called Dreams that people were making video games within that one. That looked really good and performed quite well. So
I believe, and I could be wrong on this, I believe there have now been video games released that are built running on Dream's engine. I believe that's the case. They may not be physical releases, but I'm pretty sure there are some, whether it's PC or on console, but I'm pretty sure I heard that in an article within the last 6 months that there are games now that were created in Dreams that are now able to play just generally because of the Dreams engine, which is phenomenal that you can do that. And Fortnite, which is Dreams, but with a mass market audience being able to do that.
Yeah. So again, if it gets younger people into coding and stuff like that, obviously they're going to shape, this is the oldest thing that I've ever said, but they're obviously going to shape the way that we play video games in the future with the next generation of talent that comes through. So the more tools that people have, the better. We're a world away from people making RPGs using RPG Maker. We're a million miles away from that. So yeah, I can't wait to see what people end up making with this type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. David says, I like the look of that JP game in Dreams. I'm actually in that Discord server. So there is a Jurassic Park game being made in Dreams. And there was a video, I think we featured it on the Scoop. If not, I put it in the Discord, or Bibby put it in the Discord. We covered it enough for me to see it and be like, this is amazing. Someone built that scene from Jurassic Park where the Tyrannosaurus comes out of the paddock and then turns the vehicle upside down kind of thing. Someone built that scene in Dreams to the point where it looked almost... If someone just showed you that bit, you would think that was an actual screenshot from the film. It was that good in a console game. fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So to that much that I've joined their Discord just to keep an eye on what they're doing, and I jump in it every couple of weeks or so, and I see that they're getting like community people. We need someone that can do a good South African impression, so you can be this character. Just send us some voice notes and we'll choose someone. So they're recruiting voice actors from the community. So you get some people that are just going, you fucking prawns. That's the only South African bit that a bit of chap. Is it District 9 or Chappie? I can't remember which one it is. Maybe a bit of both. Anyway, so you'll get people like doing that level of voice acting, which is shit. But then you'll get some people that are actually qualified voice actors on it that will go in and absolutely smash the shit out of it, to the point where like you've got people making 3D models, people doing animation, people doing voice acting, all based off of dreams. But then throwing the might and the marketing power plus the revenue potential that Fortnite has, that is massive. It is genuinely massive. Not even touching on, like, I'll show you the link to the article, not even touching on the quality of the content that is in the videos. We won't play through these now because obviously we're just about out of time. But have a look through that article. Watch those trailers if you'd like and see what Fortnite can offer. And then go and watch the Unreal State of Unreal broadcast, because you, in your mind, and it's amazing. I've played more Fortnite than a lot of people, but obviously not as much as tons of others. But in my mind, Fortnite's a cartoon game that's pretty fun to play. But when you look at it in the State of Unreal broadcast and you realise it's actually not a cartoon palette anymore, there is so much texturing going on because of nanite. There's so much lighting effects going on because of Lumen, plus the new functions that they've added in Unreal Engine 4 that Fortnite just uses, but subtly. It's so much more advanced than I expected. And seeing people being able to use that, so you're not just going, oh yeah, well, we'll just draw Captain America in his comic book style. It's just like, there's so much in there. It's badass. Fortnite just seems like, seems too kid-like and complex with the building for me. That's it though. There seems too kid-like is like, watch State of Unreal, because they mention about trying to bring Fortnite into all the lighting and 3D and textures and ray tracing and using all of the functions that everything else has, whilst keeping Fortnite's unique art style. And that's the thing now. Fortnite isn't just a kid's option now. It's an art style in a very, very much more advanced world. And you can see it. Like I don't play Fortnite all the time, but when you see how in-depth and how detailed the texture is, watch the State of Unreal stuff. You'll see it in there. That explains it better than I can. It looks badass. It's really good. It's really good.
Fortnite's just got a bad stigma. That's all it is. So it got enough traction where people are going, this is a kid game, for people to go, okay, yeah, that sounds like a really cool statement to make without probably playing it themselves.
Every game gets that, doesn't it, though? PUBG is a broken game that isn't as good as it should be. Dead game, nobody plays it now. Is it? 200,000 people on Steam, mate? Is it?
I'm about to say, yeah, there's a lot of numbers to say that a lot of these things are substantially wrong. But yeah, it's such a fun time.
But yeah, with complex with the building, and it's for kids. To argue with both of those bits, there is a zero build mode, and the graphics are superb. so literally the two bits from Jack there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do agree with the sentiment. I understand where you're coming from. I do obviously feel different, but yeah, Fortnite looks so much better than I expected, than what my brain, even though I've played it reasonably recently, my brain still makes me think it's a comic book, and it's not at all. It's really not at all. And I have to build. Well, I'll just play zero build. So yeah. PUBG for life, Gazman knows. Jack, how we doing, Gazman? Welcome in, dude. Jack says, PUBG is super broken and the company behind it I'm not a fan of, yet I still play it. Exactly. That's it. It's the reason we all have things like PUBG super broken. It's not. I mean, some bits of it are, and some bits get fixed while some other bits get broken, just like any other live service game relay. But it's just, full on use my psychology A level here now. It's stereotyping for brain organization's sake. It's easy for you to pigeonhole things because then you can sort it out mentally and then move on to something else. Because if you don't sort it out mentally, then you have to understand every facet, and if your brain doesn't have it fully understood, you can't move on. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. Let's move on, as we are doing now, to this article talking about PUBG. Yay! Oh, as that happens, hey, Gaming Nacho with a shotgun. We timed that pretty well. We've literally, actually, we timed it pretty wrong, because we know Nacho only ever listens to the scoop for the Fortnite news, really. And we've just finished the Fortnite story. Sorry, Nacho. Sorry, Nacho. We finished the Fortnite story. We are talking about PUBG now. Apologies. So you can rewind it and watch all of the Fortnite news. How we doing? Thank you very much for the raid, Nacho. We're not usually on at 5 o'clock, so we don't usually get a chance to be raided from Nacho. So this is like only the second time in the last bajillion years that we've been on for him to raid us. So Nacho, I love you. Thank you very much, baby.
Love it.
Auckland, baby. Thank you for the follow. I was watching you guys play yesterday as I was ticking off my dailies. How you doing? Okay, let me catch up. Lotus, he's back. Alrit. The Org being in Worldspawn and the ROF of the mutant is mad. Is that the rate of fire? It's fine. I play with Lotus. Every gun has a high rate of fire. It's fine. It's fine. Nacho loves Fortnite. He does. Big fan. To be honest, 2.0 is everything we need. That's what we're talking about, mate. That's what we're talking about. Now, though, we are talking about this. Vikki Blake, who, if you missed it on Friday, interviewed Bibby. Triggermaster. So Vikki Blake, the contributor, architect, there we go, of this article, interviewed Bibby for British GQ magazine for Resident Evil 4 remake, which came out over the weekend. Bibby has been playing it on the stream over the weekend. So shout out to Vikki Blake, the what's the word? Like, what is her role? She writes words. I've forgotten. Journalist, there we go. The journalist behind this article. My brain was just like, nope, keeping all of that. Muse, welcome in. I have been playing Fortnite. Nice. I've not played it in a long time, but it looks badass. I watched State of Unreal last week. It's badass. Anyway, enough of State of Unreal. State of PUBG. 150.7 million of us have clocked up 16.3 billion hours in PUBG Battlegrounds so far. Quotes, the PUBG community has expanded and changed, resulting in priceless memories with many more still to come. End quote. New quotes on twitch.tv/icecreamupload 6:30 p.m. this Wednesday. End quotes. Nice. To mark its 6th anniversary, PUBG Battlegrounds has dropped a neat little infographic that outlines exactly what we've been doing over the last 6 years, including news that the free-to-play Battle Royale has now clocked up over 150.7 million players. That adds up to a staggering 16.3 billion hours played across PC and consoles by players living in 242 different countries. Quote, the PUBG community has expanded and changed over the past 6 years, resulting in priceless memories, thrilling updates, and amazing gameplay experiences with many more still to come, publisher Crafton said, confirming that the shooter generated 75 million sales before the game went free to play. While it is truly mind-blowing that 6 years have already passed, we believe that everything we've accomplished over the years is all thanks to the generous support and feedback from our players. Seeing all of you enjoy PUBG has always been the biggest driving force to keep us moving forward. We'll stop there, because we've been through the roadmap for the year ahead. We've done that on the Chasing Crates with Mate stream, and I believe we did that as well on an episode of The Scoop just after that. So do feel free to go check out our past broadcasts. But 16.3 billion hours, 150.7 million players, and 75 million sales before going free to play. This game is dead. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah, it's completely dead. No one's playing this game anymore. But it just goes to show it's got staying power. It's got something unique about it. Yeah, it's. I don't know what else to say about this game that hasn't already been said, that we haven't covered, that you haven't been playing. Every Wednesday and Saturday for the last 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there for everyone to see. It's a shame that we don't get as many players over on the console versions compared to the PC version. It's a shame that we don't get as much content as the mobile players do, which seems to be like for every 10 pieces of content they get, the console and PC versions get 1. However, there's still something about it that keeps on bringing people back and playing it every single day. So yeah, more for us for carrying on putting these numbers together for this game. But there's something there. There is something there. They've got gold.
That something is what Gazman says there. There isn't another game that has the same gunplay, that rush that you can't get anywhere else. Exactly. Like the first time we won a chicken dinner on stream, the hype was so much bigger than any other game that literally we've been streaming on Twitch for about 5 years, only about 2.5-ish, a bit more seriously, but 5 years we had our first streams. We were playing PUBG right from the beginning on Twitch. I'm playing it before then too. And we've got We are lucky enough to have the first ever chicken dinner that we won saved as a clip because it was like absolute fucking yeah sort of moment. No other game gives you that. Obviously, you might not have the same sort of thing all the time when you win now, but when you do, it's that dopamine hit that you just don't get from many other games. I mean, some games will give it you, and it's a particular itch that needs scratching. Some people can't be bothered with janky movements or long looting phases or slow circles that don't kill you off. Obviously, all that's potentially changing the roadmap over the year coming. But if you can go through all of that, then you get through to 28 to 30 minutes of gameplay. Oof. Hype moments. By the way, do check out IBR, Intense Battle Royale, which is in PUBG at the moment. We played some on the weekend. It's not the same sort of moment, but if you want practice for the final circle, where there's only you and three or four teams around, that's a good way to do it. It's very quick, but it's all right. I still remember my first kill. It was like the 30th game. What you got there, Gazman?
Yeah.
I remember, like, I ego thought I was the best in the office playing it on console. I understood it. I was watching more people, but I think it took me longer to get a win than most other people because I was playing it running around jumping, whereas early days you got to the final circle, everyone was just on the belt buckles, like laid in the grass, whereas I'm running around going ha 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 ha. It's me and two other people. If I'm stood up, I can kill them. Yeah, third party. Fuck! Sam, welcome in, dude. What's this game? PUBG? Some sort of Fortnite clone? No. Austin, welcome in, dude. Have a picture of my first chicken laying in the grass with an AK and a VSS. Adrenaline was pumping. Yeah, so my first win on my account wasn't actually won by me. It was actually won there by Craig, our designer. So the person that designed the Ice Cream Uploads logo is playing on that clip there. Finish him, chicken dinner. Live on stream a bajillion years ago. That was the first win on my account. And it wasn't even by me. I had to win like a few days after that at home, sat in the living room with Danielle and Chloe both like, he's going to get him. He's going to get him. He's going to... Ah! It was like one of those sort of fucking moments. I nearly fluffed it, mind. Nearly fluffed it.
Yeah.
Nearly fluffed it. Don't know why Iron Man has just come to life, but okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but Iron Man just turned himself on and off. Nice, bye, Iron Man. His batteries must be running out. First Chicken was a no-kill, no-assist game. I spent the entire time going, where is everyone? Nice. You love to see it. You love to see it. Anyway, we'll put a pin in that one. We have one quick news article that I'm going to fly over so we can wrap things up. This one is from VG247. Stephany Nunneley-Jackson has been featured once already. She's back on the stream again. It says Dark and Darker pulled from Steam due to a cease and desist from Nexon. So legal issues are plaguing Iron Mace after accusations of asset theft. Ooh. Iron Mace, the developer of fantasy FPS dungeon PvPvE adventure Dark and Darker, has pulled the game from the game's pulled the game's page off Steam. There we go. The developers have run into issues of late with industry giant Nexon going after the studio. Apparently, one of the developers used to work at the company is accused of stealing assets and code, which Nexon claims are being used in Dark and Darker. 2 weeks ago, Iron Mace was served a search warrant by Korean police who searched the offices and seized material related to the game. According to the developers, the investigation process was quick and nothing in the form of stolen assets or code was found. Still, today, due to ongoing legal issues with Nexon and being served with a cease and desist and DMCA takedown, Dark and Darker has been pulled from Steam until something can be worked out. Quote, to all our fans, we have recently been served a cease and desist letter and DMCA takedown by Nexon regarding Dark and Darker based on distorted claims, said Iron Mace on the official Discord server. Quote, we are currently working with our legal team to remedy this issue in the best manner possible. Due to sensitive legal nature of this issue, we must be careful with our statements so as not to jeopardize our position. We ask for your understanding as we work to get the game back up as quickly as possible. Please know that we will do that all that is possible for our fans. The game is only available in playtest at the moment. Dark and Dark is still in development and is slated to go into early access in April or May. Is this some legitimate claim, or is this the ultimate hype pre-release? Thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, I never would have put it like that, but there's usually no smoke without fire. I don't know, with stuff like this, unless we actually see the code with side-by-side comparisons and things like that, we just never know. But it was a good game from what I've seen I've seen Sacriel streaming this quite a bit. So I am looking forward to seeing a resolution for this, whether or not it's a game that ends up coming out or they have to create their own. Let's see how fast that they end up putting together a game if they're using somebody else's code for things. But yeah, it is what it is at this moment in time. It wouldn't have been pulled for no reason, is my understanding with this.
The only thing I will say on that is it technically could be pulled for no reason. I'll bring the video back up because there's a teasery sort of video on there at the moment. It technically could be pulled for no reason as long as someone has presented legitimate enough reason to the police. Even if that's then found to be wrongful, unlawful, whatever, whilst the police are investigating, it is perfectly within Steam's rights to pull it off, mate. So it in theory, it could be. If they find that they look at the code and go, there's actually some similarities, but it's code, there's also a lot of differences too, then it could be back up in no time, and this could do it the world of good in terms of boosting it to get a bit of press. I mean, we've said it before. What was it David said? Controversy equals cash or something like that. So get a game pulled from the store. People love what they can't have. Absence makes the heart grow fonder and so on. So supply and demand, all of that sort of stuff could lead to this being big. Unless they look at the code and they go, oh, actually, it actually says written by Steve from previous studios in the code. Then yeah, maybe. Probably not. So could be interesting. We will keep our eyes on this story as it develops and let you know what's happening. But for now, Dark and Darker has been pulled from Steam due to a cease and desist from Nexon. So there you go. Jack, going to lurk, get some food, get ready for work. No worries, Jack. Thank you for sticking around, dude. We appreciate it. And thank you for the rare deal you're on, dude. We appreciate that. I was good to see this. Really enjoyed watching people stream this, says Spike. Controversy creates cash. There you go. Nice. Well, I've not watched it, but this is definitely a hashtag baby game.
Yep, confirmed.
So yeah, we will keep you updated with that. But for now, we are going to keep you updated with the end of the show. A little bit of a recap of what we've covered so far. So we started off talking about Microsoft ripping people off. I want to say that because Nacho is just raiding with the PUBG console stream, and that means there's probably going to be a lot of Xbox players in. So poke the bear. Now Microsoft has discontinued the introductory price point for Game Pass. The $1 for a month, or the £1 to trial, has now been killed as of last night. You can't do that anymore. Microsoft. News-ish. This one is actually Redfall. So the studio that work in Redfall are looking into reversing their decisions to make single-player always online. If you play in the single-player mode offline, you still need to be online, and they're looking at changing that because not everyone has those capabilities. Fortnite Creative 2.0 is blowing minds. You missed that just as you as you dropped in with Nacho's Raid. If you were here before, you got to speak with us about all of the functions for that and how it's badass. We then spoke about PUBG smashing records, although I do have a record that I want to pick up with PUBG. Speaking about Nacho, once again, I did watch a 2 or 3 minute video where PUBG got a bunch of the European partners to say a message about 6 years from PUBG. I saw Big Ham in that video. Didn't see no Nacho. Honestly, PUBG, sort it right out. It's all right, because I see you're going to be in the 7-year one, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Let's go.
PUBG on tour at Format. Let's go. Have you seen these, Gazman? Have you seen these, what we've got made up for Format? The ICU blackout shades. Yeah. Skadoosh. Yeah. We'll be giving these away at Format. Everyone that's coming to Format, we only have 30 made up, mind. 29, because I've told Nacho I can send him a pair. So we'll send Nacho a pair as well. But people that are coming will get one of these. Nice. Then after PUBG, we spoke about Dark and Darker getting a cease and desist, and we will keep you updated on that, if I could say the words. But for now, we're going to wrap things up. We appreciate you dropping in. Do feel free to join us tomorrow, as myself and Bib will be in the studio, as we usually are on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Nice. You can join us for that from 10 a.m.-ish. But before that happens, Mr. Bib, is there what you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for today's episode of The Scoop. If you want to help shape the remaining 4 shows this week, there's 2 ways you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord if you're listening to this on any of our on-demand services. Go into the description below. They will all be listed there for you, but only from you is the URL, plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which you've already mentioned will be from the studio tomorrow, Graham, but at what time?
I've no idea, mate.
Yeah,
no, sorry, 10 a.m. That's what I meant to say, 10 a.m. Ish. We'll be live at 10 a.m.-ish tomorrow, so do feel free to join us for that. For now, though, we are going to drop a raid on one of our friends. Stick around. It's always nice to pass on a little bit of love. Nacho has paid it on to us, as has Jack. It'd be good for us to pay that forward, so stick around, and we will see you then. For now, though, have yourselves a beautiful evening. Enjoy what little bit of the sun remains, because it's apparently going to pee it down for the rest of the week in the UK. And until next time, what have they got to do, babe?
Stay frosty.